Hello and welcome to the segment of Daybreak Africa on KAFTAN TV. I am Yetunde Alanamu. Today we are here to celebrate Children's Day. As you know, Children's Day marks the celebration of children, and also it helps in creating awareness about issues that concern children, and also helping us to know and appreciate that they are the future of our society. And I am here with your name. And I am here with Okunfulure Nicolas. He's going to tell us more about children. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Fine. And you?
I'm fine. Okay, to start the discussion, what can you say about children?
All right. I think children are young people between infancy and adulthood.
Okay.
Yeah, and the first stage everybody has to pass through before reaching adulthood. So at one point or the other in life, somebody has to be a child.
Okay.
So I think that stage is not a stage you can jump. It's something that everybody must go through or pass through.
Okay, so how do you assess students' progress?
Yes, personally, I like having one-on-one conversation with my students.
Okay.
Most of my students, as we all know, they're all children. So schools have children. So I like having one-on-one conversations with them. So through that medium, I get to know the areas of weaknesses and strengths, apart from conducting intermittent text and giving them assignments. Yes, I do that often.
Okay, so what academic standard do you use to teach?
There are so many standards a standard school should use to assess or teach children. But what I often use is peer teaching standard. I have the habit of giving my pupils, my students, roles, topics to prepare ahead of time, making them understand that they have to come to class and teach their peers. So, and that has been yielding results over the years. Yes, and I'm not planning to stop anytime soon.
Like, I want you to explain much about that peer, like that.
Okay, for instance, if I have to teach a verb in English, so I can just assign a student to go and prepare, read everything he or she knows about verbs, then come to the class the next day to teach his or her classmates. So having given him or her about 24 hours to prepare, so I'm expecting him or her to come to class and deliver. Okay, what have you learned? What do you know about verbs? Let your peers learn from you. And that has been helping a lot. It gives my pupils a kind of confidence, a kind of sense of belonging to come and teach their peers in the class. It has been yielding results, a lot of positive results. Okay, so what is the best way a parent or a guardian can contact teachers to know about the progress of their child? Yes, I've always preferred a one-on-one conversation. If you have any complaint about your child, why not walk down to your child's school, talk to the teacher, your teacher of English, your mathematics teacher. Okay, there's a problem in mathematics. My student or my child is not doing well. So if I were a parent, I'll come down to the school. Sir, ma, my boy is not doing mathematics. You have been giving me assignment, and he has not been attempting, or he has not been doing the assignment, or you have not been marking the assignment. Now the teacher will be given the opportunity of explaining himself or herself. Some parents have the habit of calling on phone, venting their anger, shouting on the teacher, having not listened to why a teacher took an action or did something. So I think it is better for the parent to come down to the school, speak one-on-one with the teacher. As a result of that, the teacher will know, or the parents will know as well, okay, this is what is going on. If he or she has a role to play or roles to play,
so that they can work hand in hand.
Work hand in hand. Bringing up a child is a kind of a concerted effort. It shouldn't be left in the hands of the teachers alone. Parents have roles to play as well.
Yes, that's true. Okay, so how are creativity and innovation thinking promoted in the classroom? In my school here, Glorified International College Philology, we have a way of giving our students projects. Now, when you give them projects, you don't tell them how to do it. You can only give them maybe a sample. Now, tell them, go out there, give me this. I want a result in the next 1 or 2 weeks. And that student knows that he is supposed to think, okay, how do I make this? How do I impress my teacher? How do I get good grades in this? So we don't spoon feed our children. And I don't believe schools, teachers watching me right now,
I don't believe they should spoon-feed their children, their students. Give them projects to do, like we do here. Let them think on their own. And that brings about critical thinking in children.
Yes.
Yes, it helps them a lot. Give them projects, give them assignment, maybe a group assignment or an individual assignment. It goes a long way to help them.
Okay.
Yes.
So what question do you think parents or guardians should be asking their kids on a daily basis?
A lot of questions. If I were a parent, my child has just come back from the school. Let me see your English note. Do you have any assignment? Your mathematics note? Did you do anything today? Was the teacher in class today? Parents feel that when they pay their children's school fee, they don't need to ask questions. They should have the value for their money. They should ask questions. Why did you score 0 here? Why did you score 1? Were you not told before you were given this exercise? These are questions parents should ask. Yes.
Like I want you to say more of the questions that parents need to ask their kids on a daily basis so that they can learn one or two from it.
Okay. I think I've been talking about the academic aspect since. Yes. There's some other questions parents should ask. The kind of friends the children keep at school.
Let's come into that.
Okay. What did you do today? Okay. When you were on break, who did you move with? What did your friend do to you? Were you touched by anybody? These are questions parents should ask. It shouldn't be about academics alone. It should be around.
Yes.
Yes. So the questions are unlimited. Parents need to be creative in asking their children questions.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. How is learning personalized in your classroom? As in, every child learns in a different way. Some are fast learner, while some are slow learner.
Yes. As a teacher, I've been teaching for a very long time, and I understand that we have individual differences,
yes, individual differences.
In learners. So I don't take my class or classes based on the abilities of the best students in the class. I work towards carrying every student in the class along. So I use different methods that will benefit the fast learners and methods that will also benefit the low learners. So I make sure I carry my students along. Those who don't want to be carried along, I drag them along. Yes.
You drag them along in what way?
Yes, I ask them questions. Okay. You can't just stay in my class and you remain inactive or remain dormant for the duration of 40 minutes. No, it doesn't happen in my class. And teachers should learn from that. We shouldn't see our students, categorize them as the best ones, the worst ones. Every student in the class is there to learn. So you shouldn't, just overlook some, thinking, okay, these are not the ones I am meant to teach. When a teacher enters the class, he's meant to teach every student in the class. So ask them questions. You have seen the students for the past 3 minutes. He has not been taking part in anything. My friend, what did I just say?
Engage them.
Yes, what did I say last? What is wrong? There are some students that even have carryover of domestic problems. At home? Yes, they bring them to school. That is why teachers should have one-on-one conversations. Have you eaten today? What is wrong with you? Is there any stomach pain? Anything? So, just the way adults go through things, children, they go through things too as well.
So it affects them academically too? Of
course, it does. It affects them a lot. That is why teachers should be patient. And they have a whole lot of jobs to do. Okay. And I keep telling my students, teachers, we are just like prophets or angels. We go through a lot, but we don't need to show our students that we go through a lot. We are there because of them. So we put our problems aside, we concentrate on them. And that is the best thing to do at any level. Yes.
I actually have interest in what you say, like children, the domestic violence affects them when it comes to academic. Can you share any experience for you?
You see, when, we have different kind of students in schools. Students that stay with guardians, some stay with their parents. And we cannot erase the fact that domestic violence goes on everywhere. In local areas, in big cities, those that stay with their guardians, they're not their parents. And guardians, most times, they don't care, since the child is not their biological child. They use them, some are even exposed to sexual violence, sexual abuse. And these children are too young to speak out. That is what school authorities should know. It is not every child that does not do well academically that is dumb. No child is dumb. That is my personal belief anyway. But I believe that no child is dumb. So when a teacher concludes quickly, this girl is dumb, the child could be going through something, a lot. We have had, countless experiences, sexual molestation, physical abuse, battering. They go through a lot of things. Just that we can't ask a student to strip naked in the school. They carry a lot of injuries that we don't know, we can't say. And there's no way that will not affect them in the academics. Okay, as a guardian, I've told the child, I told the child, okay, you are going to school today. By the time you come back, you are in trouble. I am going to finish you today. There's no way that child will learn in school.
There's no way.
No way. Because every time the teacher comes, any teacher comes into the class, I'm in trouble today. How do I do when I get home?
The child will not be active in class.
Yes. And teachers will struggle in class, thinking the child doesn't want to learn. It's not the child's fault. The problem is at home.
Okay, I think we have a lot to learn from this particular topic. Moving on, social struggles are very common among young children. What is your approach if a child is struggling socially?
I think every school should have, a standard school should have the office of the guardian and counselor.
Okay.
Now, that office is an office occupied by a professional that knows everything a child goes through, or that should know everything a child goes through at a particular point in time. If there's a child that is struggling socially, to relate with people, there are so many factors that surround this. There could be factors that surround this, let me put it that way. I think it is the responsibility of the counselor, the school counselor, to take care of that aspect, of that side. I'm not a professional counselor. Most of what I do most times is advise my students on things that are based on the academics. When I see students that struggle socially, I think they need to, to have a kind of kind of conversation with the counselor, school counselor.
But in some cases, it's not all schools that have counselor.
Yes.
So what do you suggest in that kind of situation?
A school that does not have a counselor should have teachers that are trustworthy. Yes, teachers that students can actually, move in to, speak with him. And even, in fact, teachers should be more concerned about the welfare of their children. When you see a child who sucks, who does not relate with people, I think it is incumbent on the teacher to call such a child. What is going on? Why are you not playing with your friends? Why are you not playing football? Don't you like football? What kind of games do you like? So the child would have, the confidence of opening up. I'm not the type that plays football. No, I don't like table tennis. I like watching movies, but we don't watch movies in school. Of course, we don't watch movies in school. So the teacher will have a way of advising such a child.
Okay, on to the next one. You have already said something about it earlier, but I'll still go back to it. Okay. Is it okay for parents to ask their kids, like, who do you play with in school today, in order for them to know who their child is associated with in school? Of course,
it's okay. In fact, it's the right thing to do. The children, they spend, maybe the time they spend in school, they spend most of the time in school to learn. To learn. Mathematics, English, biology, other subjects. The parents should know that when these children come back, they're coming back to them. And there's nowhere a child cannot make friends, even on the streets. Most of the friends they make these days, children, they make in school. Yes. So parents should ask questions. What's the name of your friend? Where does he live, or where does she live? Okay, how well does he perform in class? Because if I were a parent and I'm paying a huge amount of money to send my child to school, I want my child to move with a student or a child that does well academically in school. Not a child who doesn't want to learn. Not a truant. Of course. So I need to ask questions. Parents need to ask questions. Questions even that are personal, that teachers cannot ask their children, their students. For instance, a mother should ask the female child, do you have a boyfriend? Is anybody disturbing you in school or in class? These are questions. That's mother and child relation. Yes. I can't ask my student if she has a boyfriend. Because I'm not. They can even turn me to another thing entirely. Because of society that I have interest in something like that. The parents should ask, Okay, you have a boyfriend. The parent may even jump into conclusion, yes, I saw with a boy last week. That's a boyfriend, right? Okay, what class is it? No, before you know what is going on, the girl will start confessing.
Yes.
Yes, so parents should ask questions. Very important.
I think mother and child relation is very important, most especially in this this generation that we are right now.
Of course.
Okay, the recent increase of fraud among students. As a teacher, can you elucidate how negatively it has affected education system and the teachers also?
This is a very big question.
Yes.
A question we may have to spend the whole day.
Then I want to listen.
Okay, answering. Okay, fraud now does not have to do with age anymore.
Yes.
You know, in the olden days, elderly people, adults, were the only ones involved in fraud.
Yes.
But these days, children.
Children, yeah.
Even, you know, JSS3, SS1, SS2 students.
That's because at a young age, they have access to phones.
Of course, they have access to phones. Their parents don't even know what they are doing in the corners of their rooms. So some of them have started trying this internet fraud they call Yahoo. And once money starts coming in, they feel, okay, do I need to learn? Money is coming in. I had the story of a boy, you know, in Lagos. I was in a school in Lagos. He was in SS1, and he had up to 10 million in the account. The money he got from internet fraud. How is such a child learn in class? The child will even be richer than the teacher taking him at that moment. So there's nothing the teacher tells him that he listens to. So there's no way that will not affect the academics. You know, we believe that when we go to school, when we graduate, we want to earn money. Now that little age, that young age, they start earning money. So you don't see reasons or any reason to go to school, to listen in class. Yes, a student once boasted to me. He saw my phone and he said, wow, this is the kind of phone you use. The phone I use is 10 times more expensive than, at that time the boy was in SS2. Okay. I don't know if the parents knew about it or not. And this is one of the students I struggled with in the class then. Assignments, he would not do his assignment. He was a truant. He felt, why should I do all these things when I control money? I do, you know, I have phones, I have things. So there's no way all this will not affect the academics.
Okay, based on this, what do you have to tell the parents in order to curb all these?
Wow, parents have a lot of roles to perform. I don't know why a secondary school student should have a phone.
Not even an iPhone, an iPhone.
Yes. I don't know why, I don't know what he or she intends to do with the phone. That's why we keep on encouraging teachers not to give assignment that will make students go on the internet to get answers. Give them assignment they can easily get in the library. Give them an assignment they can get in their textbooks. Why would you tell your student, oh yeah, go to the internet? Go on. Such a student will have to look for a means of getting a phone. So parents should not give phones. You know, parents tend to show their level of wealth by buying expensive phones for their children. Yes. I want people to know that I have money. Okay, you need iPhone, I'll give it to you. You need iPad, of course. You need laptops. They are exposed to all these things. But parents should help schools, because I can't go to my students' houses to start checking their bags or their wardrobe to see if they have phones or not. So parents, they need to help the school.
Okay, so how has the society impacted in children? Is it negatively or positively?
Well, to me, I don't know about others, my viewers at home. To me, the society has impacted our students, our children negatively. Now, let's take it from the angle of all these videos we watch every day, musical videos. You see ladies dressing half naked. Some go as far as dressing completely naked.
Yes.
And our children watch these things every day. You see children wearing their trousers, putting it beneath their bum. No, that's what they see. Yes. In the films, in the videos they watch every day, and they feel it's normal. You see musicians out there, they paint their hair different colors. Okay, and you see students, they want to try. That is why we encourage even schools to make use of a projector, videos. Let students see what you are teaching them, because what they see tends to stay more in their heads. That is why when they watch something on video, they don't forget. Ask students to sing the song released by one of these artists in town. They know everything from the beginning to the end. They know the way they dress, the way they dance. All these own videos they watch. Actresses that dress half naked, our girls are watching them.
They're taking them as a role model.
Yes. You see some of them bleaching their skin because they see, oh, my role model is so light in complexion, I like her. Okay, let me do something like her.
I want to be like her.
Yes, so the society has impacted our children negatively to a very large extent.
Okay, how can the viewers support literacy at home?
I want to advise our viewers at home to encourage our children to read. Read books. Parents should buy books for their children. Story books, irrespective of the department or the class the child is. Buy story books, let them read. They learn. You don't learn from teachers alone. Learning does not stop within the four walls of the classroom. It takes place anywhere, on the assembly, on the streets, everywhere. Learning takes place. So we encourage newspapers. Parents should buy newspapers. Okay, read. Tell me what you have read. So, to bring up our children in a very good way, in good ways, everybody has a role to play. Drivers on the street, hawkers, parents, teachers, everybody has a role to play because these children are our future. An irresponsible child ends up becoming an irresponsible adult. So in order to have responsible adults in the future, we have to bring up our children in a responsible way.
Thank you very much, sir. And that will be all on today's segment on Daybreak Africa. I am Yetunde Alanamu. Anyways, let's appreciate our children as they are the future of the society. Bye.